Welcome Max Homa and Kevin Kisner to the QBE Shootout 2022. Got the band back together after last year. Just played the Pro-Am. What's the thoughts on the golf course after seeing it today?
Oh man, I don't know. I just felt the vibes from last Sunday a year ago. We played so well and got robbed. So I felt like right when I stepped foot back on this place, I was like, this is our year.
This is our year, baby. The golf course is in really good condition. I was pretty amazed you don't see any damage from the hurricane. So there's some grainy chips, so I'll be putting a few of those when Max is going second. I'm going to let him chip second on those, but hopefully he hits all the greens and then I can just putt, and I don't have to worry about that part.
That's the plan.
It's a little more relaxed time of the year, but you guys just came from the Bahamas, both competed there. How will you assess your form coming into this week?
Well, I finished last, so I'm struggling there. So Max better play really well this week. Last week was tough. It looked like a major broke out after 2 days, and then somehow we shot the grass off the place with mud on our golf balls on Saturday. So it was an interesting week down there at Bahamas, always fun, making fun of Tiger when he's around. So hopefully I knocked all the rust off last week, and I'm ready to go this week.
Yeah, Kiz never plays 2 bad tournaments in a row, so I was glad he knocked one out when I was playing against him, and now we could be teammates and glide back towards the top of the leaderboard instead of the other way around. But yeah, last week if we would have flipped the thing upside down, we would have had a pretty good team week.
Would have been right there.
But yeah, this course obviously a lot different. Last week was tough. I felt like, a lot of the guys like me, and I don't know how you played on Friday, but when it was hard, just shot yourself out of the golf tournament. This week we'll have a little better weather. Have a little bit of help. But yeah, I'm with Kiz. The course is in great shape. I was shocked after all the news we had heard about this area. So obviously a lot of sad damage has been done, but the golf course is in tremendous shape.
There's 3 different formats here. Do you have a preference for any of the 3, the scramble, modified, alternate shot, or 4-ball?
I like modified alternate shot because it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's
make your partner mad.
Yeah, you just have to laugh it off in that format, so you can just say, "Your turn. Enjoy that shot now, buddy."
Yeah.
It's a more stressful day, but you get to laugh at each other because we both want to do well for the other person, and when it doesn't work out, it's quite hilarious.
Yeah, Kev told me last year in the practice round, do not hit it left on 17 on your second shot. And in the alternate shot day last year, he hit the fairway. I went for the green on my second and pulled it. And while it's in the air, he said, "I told you one thing." One thing.
And we made birdie.
We made birdie,
no
so
doubt.
What does he know?
Just have a couple more from me. You obviously see each other's games when you're playing, but when you're playing together like this, what do you admire about each other's games? One specific thing that you like about each other's games?
I love the way Max hits the golf ball. I think he's got a beautiful golf swing and great tempo and rhythm all day. No matter how difficult or easy the shot is, I think that's admirable for any pro. I like to hurry up and hit the hard ones sooner. So I watch his rhythm all day. I hit first because he's a better ball striker than me, and hopefully he hits the greens and I can make all the putts.
Yeah, it's fun playing with Kev. Obviously, he's a tremendous putter, but Kev's kind of like the epitome of the true golfer. He's good at every aspect of the game. These days, obviously, these young kids come in and hit it 19 miles. So it's always nice to watch somebody kind of plot their way around a golf course, whether it's here in the majors at the WGC match play that Kiz dominates. It's nice to just watch somebody play true kind of all-around great golf. So I know I learned watching him play, and last year he was kind enough to help me with my putting and everything. So there's a lot to learn. He's so much older. He's got so much wisdom as well. So that's also been a nice added bonus.
Obviously, you guys were a team here last year, as mentioned, but you spent a good solid week together in Quail Hollow for the President's Cup on the U.S. team. Was there something that you might have learned about each other that you didn't know before, not sort of golf related, but something else? Was there anything that stood out to you about that week that you were kind of surprised about your teammate?
Not really. I did get nervous when I saw he was playing with Cam Young because I realized that I can't live up to that in this thing. So that was a bummer. But no, I don't think so. I think Kev's done a great job of being very transparent with all the players out here. He is who he seems like he is, and that's really admirable and cool. So yeah, it was just cool to be on a team with him and with all the other guys and just bond because we compete against each other all the time, but to be able to hang out with the best players in the world and watch how they work is awesome.
I had a good time watching Max be so excited to be on the team and represent the country, and for him to shine. Like, he played incredible up there all week, so that was cool. And then to see his wife was 9 months pregnant, and see how excited he was about being a dad. And about 10 days, 2 weeks after that, I kept FaceTiming him on a Saturday when he wouldn't answer, and I was getting pissed, and I didn't know why he wouldn't answer. And he's like, "All right, bro, Lacey's in labor." I'm like, "Oh, that's why you haven't been answering."
Yeah,
I get it.
It was like midnight the first night we got there, and Kev's like, "Hey, my buddy's got something to say," and he's telling me I'm cheap because I got Elijah Craig as a gift for the President's Cup team members. And I was like, "Hey, so I'm like currently watching Lacey push, so how about we wait
I'm
till
going to
tomorrow?"
pass this on until tomorrow.
What is the story behind the friendship? Where did you guys kind of first hit it off, and did you crunch the analytics to make this team, or is it just based on having fun?
Just a couple dogs. My college football team's so bad, so I'm bandwagoning kids. So I'm just trying to bandwagon my way to the top of the QBE leaderboard at this point. But no, I just always got along with kids. He's been really good to all the younger guys on tour. Like I said, he's always himself, and I think a lot of us appreciate that. This is a pretty intimidating thing to do when you're a kid and you turn pro, even if someone's a year older than you, to come out and feel like you're in high school again, trying to make friends. So Kid's always been real good to all of us. So it was an honor that he agreed to do this not only once but twice.
I just looked for somebody to hit all the fairways and all the greens in this event, so I got the perfect guy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then Max, there's a big 2022 for you. What would 2023 have to happen? What would have to happen in that year to kind of top this year out of all that's happened?
Oh man, twins. You got to double up everything. So 4 wins, 2 kids.
Let's go.
Not sure how that one's going to work. I don't know. Yeah, Lacey's going to be stoked about that one. I don't know. I finally played well in 1 major last year, but haven't really put myself in the mix too much. I would really enjoy doing that, playing a little bit. I kind of backed my way into a decent finish at the Players last year, so I'd like to be in the mix in those events, whether I win or not. That I think that would be a good learning experience. But I'm happy with where my game was obviously last year, and I'm excited about what I've been working on. So I'm not really too worried about the wins and this and that. I think they come, but like the little goals and big goals kind of have stayed the same. I wanted to play the President's Cup last year. I'd love to play the Ryder Cup this year, but that all just comes with sticking to what I've been doing.
And then one of those was playing with Tiger at St. Andrews. What's the story from those 2 days that you're going to tell your grandkids, let's say?
I got a bunch.
Yeah.
There was a 6.5 hour round that day on Thursday, and I was talking to Matt Fitzpatrick about it, and we were laughing on the 14th hole as we were waved up into the fairway, which I'd never seen before. And I was like, this would be really brutal if we weren't playing with Tiger, but it feels kind of cool. And when we had one of those long waits on 9, Tiger came up to me and asked me how many times I had won, and I said 4. I won again since then, obviously. But
You told me you had Napa before you.
yeah, actually did warn you about that one. But yeah, he came up to me, asked me how many I had won. I said 4. Made a joke about flexing on him with all my wins. Only 78 more to go to pass him, and he very seriously said you should have a lot more. So, kind of don't brag about that one, and that was pretty cool. So I like that.
Nice.
Cool. Max, you talked about last year. You won in September. So what has been working?
The ball's going in the hole faster than a lot of the other guys some of these weeks. I drove it great last year. I've always been a pretty good ball striker. So when I drive it well, get a lot of opportunities, and the putting really came around, honestly, after this event last year with some help from Kiz. Started to get an understanding of what I should be working on. Started working with Phil Kenyon because of that, and I had a consistent putting year. So it just felt like last year, for the first time, the game felt the most complete it's felt. And again, it's nice to win. I can't guarantee I'm gonna win every year or twice a year, but when you keep doing all those things, you put yourself in a spot where you're at least in the mix here and there. And I've been lucky enough to finish those off. And yeah, so it's just been all around good golf. You watch, I mean, like the best at it seems like it's, John Rahm every year. He's just not bad at anything. And, that's kind of what you would strive for in a way out here.
And for both of you, I think most people would think you take the greatest golfers in the world, you put any two together, that's going to work. Is it more than that? Does there have to be? Is there some kind of chemistry or connection you think that a pairing, doesn't matter if they're the best two in the world, that could be vulnerable if somebody else has just kind of something else there?
Yeah, definitely. There's a chemistry. You saw Tiger and Phil in the Ryder Cup, right?
I
I mean, it doesn't really work. They were playing the best golf of all time, and I think they got smoked. You got to appreciate each other, appreciate each other's game, and you got to want to be in each other's company, because if you don't want to be in each other's company, it's a long time together. I think you definitely always striving to be a better partner to your buddy, but it's a lot of fun when you enjoy being around them and enjoy playing with them.
Yeah, especially when you talk about like alternate shot days or somebody misses a putt, being able to look at the other one, kind of laugh and say, all right, knock it in,
Yeah.
Because everybody knows how hard this game is. We all know how hard this game is. You're going to hit bad shots. I think if you don't have good team chemistry, you don't get along, you feel too much pressure to never make a mistake, which is impossible. And then when you do, you get down on yourself. So I think there is something to having some kind of relationship where, you know the other dude's trying their best, and you're not going to get on him or get on yourself if you make a mistake.
One more. I know you both played before because you played more times than Max, but just this year, not having Greg here, is it a different feeling, a little weird?
I haven't noticed yet, but I'll let you know if that changes.
I haven't been here long enough to know if it's weird, so.
Max, yesterday we saw you were working on the forehead tan. Just
Yes.
wanted to see if we have an update there.
Yeah, it's as white as this hat, so it didn't work at all.
We're going to go to the tanning bed later. Team tanning bed visit.
talk
just
about chemistry.
just foreheads in.
And then Kevin, just wanted to ask you about, we found out Georgia's playing Ohio State.
Yeah.
Thoughts, feelings, opinions?
Not concerned with those guys. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. God, it's so fun.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. We appreciate
Thank you.